I'm Bob Gallerstein with this week's Melrose Credit Union High School Weekly Report, brought to you by Melrose Credit Union. If you know a deserving student athlete who is not only good athletically, but academically and in the community, just go right below where you're looking right now. Melrose Credit Union, click right there. Before we get into this week's Top 10, a big thank you to both Bloomfield High School, Livingston High School. Superb hospitality by both. We were at Livingston this past Friday, and when I put together the high school schedules each winter, actually I finalized it probably around the first week of February. Livingston was coming off a group state championship, its first in school history, and we knew that they were going to be graduating a lot of seniors, but they had a fair amount of good players returning. And lo and behold, 7 starters out, 6 of them either before the season began or just as the season began. So Livingston, unfortunately, still winless this year, but Bloomfield makes the New Jersey State playoffs, so congratulations to Bloomfield, and a big thank you to Livingston for its hospitality. So Bergen Catholic is number 3 in our weekly poll. St. Peter's number 2, Don Bosco number 1, Bergen Catholic doing what it should be doing. Bergen Catholic playing St. Joe's Regional. Tony Karsich told me, he's the athletic director and head coach, the longtime successful head coach at St. Joe's Regional, that the Green Knights don't rebuild, they reload. This is still a little bit of a rebuilding year for St. Joe's, and St. Peter's defeated St. Joe's 49-19. I don't anticipate Bergen Catholic with a similar score, but still at least a 2-touchdown victory over St. Joe's. St. Anthony's is moving up from the CHSFL. St. Anthony's in its familiar top spot, at least in our rankings. Now, Holy Trinity ran the table. Holy Trinity is 6th in our poll. St. Anthony's is 4th. But last year, as I write in the poll that you'll see right beside you on the 1050ESPN.com Preps webpage, I'm keeping St. Anthony's ahead of Holy Trinity for this one reason. Last year, in a game we had here on 1050ESPN.com, St. Anthony's crushed Holy Trinity 62-13. Has Holy Trinity made up all those points in one year? I'm not 100% certain. So for the time being, these two teams may face each other in the CHSFL final November 21st in Mitchell Field, a game we'll have here on 1050ESPN.com. Until that happens, or until St. Anthony's, if they're knocked out before Holy Trinity, I have to go with the Friars ahead of the Titans. Monroe Woodbury, still the best team, Publix team in the metropolitan New York City area. And because their defense is even better than last year, because Dan Scalo is healthy, and because he doesn't have to rely on the pass as much, only because his shoulder's still healing from the surgery, then and he'll be ready for if he needs to air it out 20 times during a championship game at Syracuse's Carrier Dome, he will be. He'll be able to do so. But next week, or I should say this coming week, Monroe Woodbury is playing Minisink Valley for the Section 9 championship. They should win that game. And, they beat Minisink Valley. They'll be playing Warwick. And they beat Warwick during the regular season. They should win the Section 9 championship. Then it's probably facing either New Rochelle or North Rockland. Should win that game. Facing another team in New York State in the semis. And then it's on to the Carrier Dome. Monroe Woodbury will be New York State champions. Heard it here first. We go to St. Joe's C, which was upset by Holy Cross, the 4th best team in the CHSFL. Beware Holy Cross in the playoffs. So St. Joe's C drops to 7. Also in the CHSFL is a playoff start this weekend. Beware Iona Prep. I don't see them going past the first round. But Iona Prep, Jeffrey Mack is getting healthy. Won their last game 35-0. Last game of the regular season. Iona Prep could surprise. Unfortunately for Wayne Hills, this is no knock on them because the Patriots are doing everything right. They dropped to number 10 in our poll, and even after beating Fairlawn decisively, I'm moving them to 10th only because Fort Hamilton seems more impressive. Fort Hamilton ran the table in the PSAL. They are 9-0. This is a school with a tradition almost as rich as Wayne Hills, and I just see them being a little bit better perhaps of Wayne Hills this year than last year. So Fort Hamilton is 9. They are now the leading candidate to win the PSAL championship November 28th here at 12 noon, 1050ESPN.com. And Wayne Hills right now is number 10. I'm Bob Gallerstein, the weekly Top 10 brought to you by Melrose Credit Union. See you next week.